Hello people, my name is Ginnymetheral and I'm a 4th generation witch. Today I want to help you discover what your most dominant psychic sense is. And if you already know what your most dominant psychic sense is, do continue watching this video and working through the test. And let's see if my test made it right. So let's start off with making sure that you're in a quiet room where you're not going to be disturbed. And I want you to close your eyes. If you can't, bookmark me for later and come back to this video because you do need peace and quiet to work this test through. So, close your eyes and relax. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And then I want you to picture in your mind's eye a garden, a beautiful garden with lush grass, trickling stream and bountiful flowers. Can you see what would be behind the tree to your right? Can you see what those colours are? Is this a black and white version that you are looking at? Or is it vibrant that you could almost touch that flower or that bush? Take note. Now I want you to come out of your garden and place yourself in the centre of a hustling city. I want you to pay attention to the sounds that you can hear, the large sounds, the far away sounds, the smaller sounds. What are the main things of the hustle and the bustle in the city that you're bringing into your ears? Pay attention to those sounds. Have you got them? Come away from that cityscape. And now I want you to produce a memory from your past. And this memory will be from when you felt butterflies in your tummy. This could be, for example, just before you sat an exam, those nervous butterflies. Or maybe you were on a roller coaster and the thrill and the excitement brought those butterflies together. Or maybe you were just about to go on a date with someone that you really fancied, and that lovely nervous tension that you could feel. Pay attention to that feeling. How was it? How exactly did it feel? Whereabouts in your stomach? Can you really get to grips with those feelings of butterflies? Great. Now, our final one. So now erase that memory from your mind about the butterflies and let's bring up something else. This is where you were in a situation where you felt something was off. And this feeling is that gut instinct feeling. How did that feel? What was that situation? Maybe you were in a room and someone was telling you a story and they were maybe not telling the truth, and you could really feel that. You instinctively had a knowing feeling that that was not right. Something was off. Bring that memory up. Try and remember all how you felt, what that gut feeling was. That understanding, that complete knowing that what you're seeing is not the truth. So, how did you do? Was the garden image the strongest for you? Maybe it was the city, maybe the butterflies, or maybe the gut instinct. Which one was your strongest? This is the one that will show your strongest natural psychic sense. If you found that you could visualise that garden, you are clairvoyant, meaning that you're able to see things in great detail that others might not. You might be able to say, for example, see the future through your clairvoyance. If the cityscape was the one where you were really getting the sounds and you could really process the cars going by and the people chattering and maybe the roadworks going on, if you could really hear the audio of that cityscape, this means that your strongest psychic sense is clairaudient. This is great if you want to communicate with the world of spirit, because you can really hear what they're saying. Next up was the butterflies, how you felt those butterflies in your stomach. This one actually has two parts to it. The first one is if that was your strongest feeling, that you could really conjure up and you felt like those butterflies were in your stomach at the time that we were doing this test. There is a lot of empathy in you, but also you're clairsentient. That will be your strongest skill. Great for reading situations and rooms. And finally, the gut instinct. Well, that of course, that knowing, that absolute positivity that something is off and whatever it is you're seeing and you're hearing is not right. Your strongest psychic sense is clairogniscence. Now, of course, you can have all of these in abundance, and the more you practice each one, the stronger that they can become. Everybody has the ability to be clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant and clairogniscent. It's just some of us are slightly better at it in the beginning than others. However, with practice, you can all produce all of these abilities. Let me know in the comments below which one you thought was your strongest and why. And if you already knew that you're very good at clairaudient or clairsentience or whatever, were you right? Let me know in the comments below. Do follow for more tips and tricks on psychic abilities, becoming a witch and using your inner senses. And I'll see you in a few days.